Alright, so this is video 2 on doing some chantering. I'm going to talk about hotkeys now. Basically, I like to keep all my clickies there so they're easy to cast, so I don't have to press I for inventory. You can kind of see what my bars look like there. So I've got some hotkeys up there, some instructions for war. Of course, one of my favorites, Project Illusion. I have a quick button for targeting Verona. That way, if I need to drop a rune on her and she needs to be saved, I can do that quickly. Of course, silent casting. Soothing Words is one I use a lot. Mental Contortion is a good one to put on bosses and raids. Fog. Blink, Blur, whatever you want to call it. Love it. Love it. Don't use it in raids. Love it in AE mezzing, getting past stuff. It's good stuff. Of course, you can have Bite of Tash out there. That's a good one to use. I have that loaded in my stun rotation, which my stun rotation looks like this. If you need a stun rotation hotkey, that's how you want to set it up. I don't think it needs to have any longer than a 19 pause in it. Seems to work pretty well for the rotation. I have hotkeys for returning target and then casting my haste and my mana, because I have I almost always have them loaded in the last 2 buff slots. So usually I can slash RT to target the last person that sent me a tell, and then I can just it automatically casts it, so I don't even have to do anything. Somebody sends me a tell, I just hit that button. That's why I ask for tells in raids, because it's so much easier than having to type somebody's name out. This is a hotkey I use for the Enchanter channel whenever we are chain casting runes on a tank. That way the other chanters know which tank I am chain runing. Love my Glyph Spray, Reactive Rune. It's good stuff. Third Spire is good on mini burns. Rune of Banish is great if you got a bunch of shit on you. You can just click that and it will de-aggro everything, but don't use that in raids. It's not very good. I mean, it's an aggro dropper, so it can make chaos. Beguiler's Directed Banishment is fantastic for some raid parts, like the Ghost, where you gotta punt the zombies out. Tribute button. This is my IOG alt act, basically my burn key. So if you need a burn key, copy that down. That's a good one. It's gonna click all your burns that you need. Good stuff. I got my slow hotkey, which does Ethereal Manipulation, which is a wizard debuff. It does Tash. It does some other Drear Deeds. That's a good slow hot button. Does a lot of the work for you. So copy that one down. I'd like that. I usually keep my AE mez on a hotkey because my gamepad works well with pressing 4 and pressing 2, so that works out well for me. This is my beams, my Beam of Slumber, and the other beam that that stuns, so it's good to have those on both. A lot of times I just spam the shit out of them just to give a little extra in between the wait time from casting Perilous, then Anodyne, then Color Concourse. There's like a very small window there. You can get a couple of beams in there if you need to. It's really good for casting Deep Sleep on stuff too. If you got if you hit those beams, it will almost chain cast Deep Sleep on a whole bunch of stuff. So if that stuff's mezzable, especially, it's good to get some beams in there, because it's a fast way to get a good slow on those mobs. Free slow. Slacker Shaman. Alright. Gotta have my runes up there. Gotta keep my runes up. Those cast my Eldritch Rune and Veil of Mind Shadow. I also have the Epic 2.0, which I love to use. I cast lots of runes on myself. I find myself in tanking situations often, so sometimes my fade isn't up. I use planar overdose, and I also use self stasis a shitload. So yeah. If you don't know what Illusions of Grandeur is, you probably haven't played an Enchanter very long. That's your burn, your main burn. It's going to give you 2 minutes of increased critical chance and increased damage when you do those criticals. It's a really good one that can boost the crap out of your DPS. Chromatic Haze is going to give you a one-time hard hit. That turns my normal 200k nukes into a 1 million single shot cast. You get a twin cast on that, it's ridiculous. So you can really put some DPS down. Another thing that's kind of new for Chanters is the mana combat combat innate mana reciprocation. The way that I've been using this is if I'm in a group, I'm going to have MR running. I'm going to have twin cast and MR running, whether it's issuance or the normal version of the aura. So I'm going to have, like I said, twin cast and MR running. I always have this aura window open. Twin cast lasts a long time. Mana sucks. It doesn't last as long. I really like twin cast. It's kind of permanent. MR is not, so you got to keep your eye on that one. So usually in raids I'll have that loaded, but your group's gonna get that. That's not a problem. But there's people outside your group that you can cast MR on now, and that's really beneficial for like anybody that has spells. Rangers really love it. I know a couple guys in the Fellowship really like it. Tartar and Elysia, they really like it when I put up MR on there, and it gives them a little boost to their DPS. So you can make a Ranger's day if they're worth a shit, and cast MR on them. So anyway, you know, like if there's wizards outside the group, and they don't have an enchanter that would run MR in their group, I'll cast it on them too. Basically, any kind of spell casting DPS is good to cast MR on. Okay, I think I'm gonna cut the video here and see what else I can talk about in the next video.